Hey everybody, and welcome back to the Evan Knits Things YouTube channel. I'm Evan, and I knit things. You can find me here on YouTube, Ravelry, Instagram, and over on Goodreads under the same name, Evan Knits Things. And today I have for you podcast episode 23. Now we have a little bit of a different setup today. I was able to sell a bunch of stuff on my D-Stash Discord, so I was able to buy a camera. Woo! So I'm figuring it out. I don't know anything about cameras, and it has a built-in mic, so hopefully the sound is good. If not, I'm sorry. And my dog is sleeping right behind the camera, so hopefully you can't hear her too much. Apologies in advance if you can. Anyway, this week I have no finished objects, a couple whips, a couple new cast-ons, and we'll do some book chat. So, let's start off with whips. First whip I want to talk to you guys about is the Teddy Half Zip by Kristen Zimmel, who is Snitches Get Pearled over on Instagram. And this is a test knit for her. It's not due until November 3rd, but I really want to wear this in Ireland. I think it'll be the perfect piece to be wearing under like my rain jacket in Ireland, and it'll just be so cozy. So that means I've got like 2 weeks to finish it, and that feels like a lot to do in 2 weeks. For goals for this project, I said, like, on a super stretch goal, I wanted to finish the raglan increases. Well, I will show you, and I'll tell you about the yarn and stuff in just a second. I'm like kind of a mess right now, saying things all out of order. I've recorded the intro to this video like 4 times. So, here's the project. So cozy. Last week, here's my marker. I was actually further than this. I had done the short rounds to like here, but then I was doing the raglan increases, and I had reached the end of the first part of them, and I was counting to make sure everything was right, and something got messed up, and I had the wrong number of stitches on the back and one of the sleeves. So I had to rip back to the collar and start again. So this is the collar where I started this week, and we knit all of that. That's a lot. Did a lot on this week. So let's take a second here to talk about the yarn. This is 2 yarns held together. It's Hobie's Go Handmade Curly, and it is 59% polyester, 12% nylon, 29% acrylic. 50 grams equals 120 meters. I have no idea what that is in yards. None. And the colorway is gray. So like it's this super, like, look at the ply there. It's a pain to knit with, but it feels great. And I'm holding that double with Hobie's Amigo, and it's this dark blue color. And it's 100% acrylic, and it is 191 yards per 50 grams, and the colorway is 15 or dark blue melange. So these two together. Kristen is vegan, so her suggested yarn is non-animal based, and I did not feel like trying to find a wool equivalent to this because this is a sport weight, not a DK, not a fingering, and I know a lot of indie dyers carry like a DK boucle or a fingering boucle. I was like, I'm not even trying to figure that out, so we're just going to use the suggested yarn. It's really cheap. So this is how they knit up together, and it looks amazing. So not only did I finish the raglan increases, I joined in the round, and we've got like that far under, focus please, under the armpit there. So I will put this stitch marker in the front so we can see it. For next week. So it's right there. So we're joined in the round, and now I have to knit the body, and then there's a big chunk of ribbing in just the blue yarn, and then sleeves, and then the zipper. Terror, death, dismemberment about this zipper, but you know what? It'll be fine. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. Kristen has a very nice tutorial. I'm sure it'll be fine. So, that's the teddy half zip. Okay, next whip. That sounds terrible in the bag. Next whip, this is the Book Club Cardigan by Sari Nordland. I am knitting this up in La Vietnamese Corriedale Confetti, which is now a slightly different yarn called something else. I think it's Corrie Confetti now or something like that, and it's similar but not the same. Feel free to fact check me. But this I also want to finish for Ireland, but I just don't know if it's possible now. For this week, I had wanted to finish the right panel and pick up and knit the left panel, the front panels. So here's where I was on the right front panel, and I did finish that. And I picked up here and knit the left front panel, and now it's all joined into one piece. The needles are too small for you to really tell what's going on here, but like it looks really tiny because the needles are small, but it is joined. I wanted to say in the round, but it's not in the round because it's knit flat because it's cardigan, but I've got about that much past the armpit. Like this would just look so good, this like cabled cardigan. Look at it. In Ireland, wouldn't that look amazing? Like the rainbow speckles on like the groat meal. Yes, I said groat meal, like gray oatmeal background with these rainbow speckles and the cables. Oh, it'd be so good. I want to finish it so bad. Okay, but I don't know. We'll have to see. Okay, so that's all the whips. Those are the only two things I worked on this week. I know, let's just do goals real quick, and we can talk about what plans I had last week. Because I had said that I wanted to pick up a sleeve on my Skyline sweater, that I wanted to, whoops, dropped my phone, that I had wanted to finish one of my Cuff Club socks and pick up or start the other one, that I wanted to knit one hexagon for my polygon. I wanted to cast on a new purse project. I did cast on a new purse project, but I didn't do any of those other things because I was like, why did I make all of these other goals? If I really want to finish these two things, I should just work on those two things if I want to finish them for Ireland. Like, duh, why did I make these other plans? The Polygon and the Cuff Club socks and stuff and the Skyline can wait until I get back from Ireland. Like, duh. Though I did start another project that I want to finish before Ireland as well. And then I started a new purse project, and then I started the project that I want to work on in Ireland. So, let's talk about my new purse project first. So this is new Cast Ons. Okay, so first new cast on. There are 3. I know. Don't, okay? I know. They all have a purpose. None of this was just frivolous casting on. I didn't cast on another sweater or something, even though I wanted to. I wanted to cast on a Doppio so bad, but I didn't, okay? I didn't. So, this is my new purse project. It will not get worked on unless I'm in the car or out somewhere. So this is really not a new project at all. Like, I literally cast on and knit 1 row. This is, or will be, the Brownstone Beanie by Tori Yu. It's super cute. I wanted something different than a Musselburgh, but like the same kind of double folded brim, all stockinette hat. And I am knitting this in Goliath Frog Crafts fingering weight yarn. There we go. And this is the colorway Creepy Corrales. It's a little blown out in the viewfinder here. What looks white there is actually light pink. And then there's speckles of hot pink. Like, there's not really any white. It's all black and pink. And this is a 75% merino, 25% nylon, 463 yards per 100 grams. Unfortunately, Goliath Frog Crafts does not dye yarn anymore, which is a shame because I loved her yarn and I still have some. I've been holding on to this skein for a long time, waiting for something special for it, and I think this is just the right thing. So that's cast on and ready to go in my purse, and I've got my little ghosty to go with the Creepy Crawlies yarn for my stitch marker. Isn't that cute? Oh, I forgot to move the stitch marker for my Book Club Cardigan. Let me do that real quick. One day I'll get the hang of this moving the stitch markers and remembering to do it thing. I also discovered today that I need more row counters. Like, I didn't think like I was that obsessed with them, but I was starting a project this morning and I was like, oh, I really need a row counter for this, but I didn't have one because they're all in use. Because I only have 3. And there's one here, and there's one on my Teddy half zip, and one more that I have. Well, I have 2 medium ones and 1 extra large. So I had the mediums on this Book Club and on the Teddy half zip, and then I had the extra large, and the project I wanted it for is on 3mm needles, so I didn't want to put the extra large on there. But I ended up moving the extra large to my Teddy half zip and using the other one for the fingering weight project on 3mm needles. But then it was like stretching things out, so I have to get a little further in there before I use the row counter. I'll talk to you about that in a minute. So, next project, new cast on. This is called The Choice Is Yours Cowl, and it is by Flynn Knit. And I am knitting it up in, if you remember, the Oceana yarn, if you've been here for a while. Knit Picks I am an affiliate with. The affiliate link is in the description below, both under this project and just at the top of the description. I was gifted 2 skeins of this pink purple and this dark green. I'm not using the dark green in this project, they're just all in this bag. And I bought these two and one more that's on the way for this project. This project requires 4 colors, and the dark green didn't play with these 3 very well. So the colors I'm using, this purple is tigerfish, the bright green is sea lettuce, and the, well, that's on the ground now. The dark blue is called swordfish. And this yarn is really cool. It's a 54% superfine alpaca and then a 46% polyester sequal, which is really cool. It's made out of recycled marine plastics that are fished out of the ocean and then made into yarn. And I think that's amazing. And it's a worsted weight, and it's 136 yards per 50 grams. There's a hair stuck in my lip gloss. So here it is. Half of this cowl says vote, and the other half will say Kamala 24. I mean, you can see the picture, but it's so good. It's so squishy. I'd like to finish this for Ireland too. And I mean, I literally knit this in 2 hours. It was really fast. The Kitchener stitch here is going to be annoying though. So this half is finished. I did order the 4th color to go with this one on the other side is a really dark purple, and it's called Octopi. And it just shipped. So hopefully it'll be here in time for me to finish this project because I want to wear it before Election Day. It's awesome. So, yes, that was a real new cast on, and you know what? It's fine because it was super short, and I have been trying to think of something to use this worsted weight yarn for, and I think this is the perfect thing. So, final new cast on. I've been brainstorming, thinking of a project to take with me to work on in Ireland, on the plane, on the bus, walking around, when we have time to knit. I didn't want to take a bunch of projects, I just wanted to take one that I'd be able to knit on the whole time, but I had some stipulations. One, it has to be stockinette in the round. I can't have to look at it at all, because if I'm looking at it while I'm traveling in a boat, plane, car, train, anything, I will throw up. So it needed to be fingering weight, so it was portable. It needed to not be color work, because I'd have to look at that. And it needed to not be something small enough that I would finish within 2 or 3 hours. So that's a lot of things. And then Holly Knits sent out a test knit call for her The Dress pattern. This is it. I got accepted into that. So I figured if I can finish the front panel and the back panel and join it in the round, then this will be the perfect project for taking to Ireland, because it's stockinette in the round for literally forever. I'll have to increase some past the bust area, but I can look down for 1 increase every couple rows, or rounds, I suppose. So I was looking through my yarn collection, and I found a whole bunch of skeins from a dyer that I don't support anymore that I haven't known what to do with. They look really good together, so I didn't necessarily want to get rid of them. One of them was partially used for something else, but I had since unraveled that thing and reclaimed the yarn, so that really wasn't de-stashable. And then I had 1 extra skein left over from my Acadia tank in that color, so I didn't really know what to do with these things. And the other one is actually from the bead sweater, this pinky color, which looks horrible on me by itself. But I also had 2 skeins of Ella Ray Lace Merino. I don't know why it's called that. It's clearly a fingering weight. That all of these colors just went together really well, and I was like, I can make a faded dress. So I started swatching. And the cool thing about this pattern is you can use any weight of yarn, any gauge, any measurements. It's all done in a spreadsheet, so it's truly a completely custom dress, which is amazing because like I'd like it fitted here, but then I don't want it touching the rest of me because I don't like when my clothes touch me. It bothers me. So this was perfect, absolutely perfect, and I should have enough yarn because I have these like 6.5 to 7 skeins to use. So I actually left the swatch over there, so let me grab it and show you. Smashing foy cocoa, sorry. Okay, so here's the swatch. I know you're like, yeah, then that's too small to be a swatch. Okay, I made a gauge swatch otherwise. This is just for colors. So there's like a cream with brown speckles at the top. And then we go into this pinky color that like I couldn't wear on its own, but the pinky color has black stripes and it's really like perfect. And then the Ella Ray, which is like a tan and cream with some orange speckles. And then there's a brown with the same kind of speckling. And then there's the dark black brown at the bottom. And I think it's seamless. Look at this. Seamless. No, focus on here. Like, it looks so good. Like, it really doesn't look like there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 colors here. Like, I love it. So, and this isn't due until January 7th. So I have more than enough time to finish this if like I make no progress on it at all in Ireland. So I did cast this on this morning, like you cast on at the back neck. It really just wants to roll into a little ball. So you cast on at the back neck and you work the back panel, and then you pick up the sides and knit forward just like you would for like a drop shoulder. And this can have sleeves if you want it to have sleeves, or not have sleeves if you don't want it to have sleeves, and can be as long as you want. So there's my marker for now, and that's what we've got. So I'd like to finish the front and back panel and join in the round before we leave for Ireland. We shall see. So that's all of the knitting. Let's go back to goals for a moment here, and let's talk about what I want to accomplish this coming week. Can you hear my neighbor cutting his grass? So I have 4 projects that I'm going to be working on that I want to work on for Ireland. The choice is yours, Cowl. I can't work on it anymore until I get my yarn from Knit Picks. So that's on hold until I get that extra skein of yarn. I think it's supposed to be here sometime this coming week. It shipped this morning, so we'll see. Their shipping is kind of slow, but they're in the same state as me, so it shouldn't really take that long to get here. I would like to get to the pocket area on my Book Club cardigan, which is a large chunk of knitting. I want to finish the back panel of the dress, and I'd like to knit about 20 rounds on my Teddy half zip and then do the zipper, just to get it out of the way so I don't have to like continue to freak out about it until the end of the sweater. So if I may just knit until I run out of yarn that's currently attached and then do the sweater bit, because you do have to like do a little knitting in there for where the zipper gets attached. And then maybe I'll do the sleeves, because I am a little paranoid that I may run out of yarn. Because like I only have 7 skeins of the curly, which is how many were recommended to buy, and my gauge is the same as Kristen's, but I've already used, like, I'm on ball 4, and I still have a whole body and sleeves, so I'm a little paranoid. So I'm not sure what I'll work on there, but I will be working on my Teddy half zip, my Book Club cardigan, and the dress this week. And those are the only things that I'm going to be working on. Probably. I did recently accept a new sample, but yarn isn't supposed to be being sent to me until the 27th. And then I also accepted another sample, but I don't have any details on it yet. It's a, yes, I'll do a sample for you. We'll see when that is. So, that's all the knitting. The only acquisition I have this week is the camera, which I already told you about. So let's move in to book chat. And I can open up Goodreads on my phone instead of having to write down everything that I read. So let me just see where I left off last week. Okay, so books I finished since last week are 4. The first one was At the Coffee Shop of Curiosities by Heather Weber. 4 stars. I liked it. It was fine. I didn't love it. Next was The Poison Jungle by 2ET Sutherland, which was Wings of Fire 13. If you remember number 12, I didn't like very much. Number 13, it was better. It was better. So that one was 4 stars as well. Next, I read 2 mangas, Black Clover number 20 and Fullmetal Alchemist number 20. Both good. Not amazing, but good. Although I have a feeling Black Clover 21 is going to be really good. So, currently reading, my husband and I are still in the middle of the Tower of Dawn, Empire of Storms tandem read. We're about 75% through both of those. I think we're like 80% through one and like 77 through another. We're also still reading Ruin and Rising, but that's only for in the car, and we haven't gone anywhere to listen to it. Now, books I am personally reading. I started Elantris by Brandon Sanderson. I'm only like 3 hours in, but so far I don't really like it. We spent like half an hour talking about how disgusting the city was, and I'm good, okay? I'm good. I don't need to hear any more about how everything's rotting, okay? I'm sure it'll get better, though. I have faith. Next, I am reading Black Clover 21. I read the first chapter. I'm sure it'll take an hour to finish it, but I haven't had time. And finally, I am reading Wings of Fire 14 by 2ET Sutherland, The Dangerous Gift. I hate this book. It's from the perspective of a completely psychotic character. Her name is Snowfall, and she's awful, and I hate her. And I hate being in her head. So yeah, I'm going to slog through that to read the final book in the series and be done reading these dragon books. Not that I don't like them, I've just had enough children's books for right now and would like to move on to something else. I'm not really loving anything that I'm reading right now, and that's annoying. But I think that's really all I have for today. Fue Coco says hi. I have an exciting appointment this afternoon. I'm finally getting a septum piercing that I have been harassing my husband about for years. He finally caved. He hates them. Like, hates them. But he finally caved. So, I'm gonna go get that done today with my favorite piercer in the entire world, Allie, who also did my Pokemon sleeve. She's amazing, and I'll be excited to see her again. I haven't seen her in like a year. And yeah, that's all I've got today. So, thanks for stopping by. I hope you enjoyed this episode. If you did, like, comment, subscribe. If you're not already subscribed, we are on a journey here. Foy Coco and I are on a journey to 500 subscribers. We're at about 120 right now. It's going to be a long journey, but that's fine. I don't mind. He doesn't mind. So subscribe if you haven't already. Go follow me over on Instagram for more daily life stuff and stuff that's not necessarily knitting. And I will see you next time. Click that notification bell to be notified of my next upload, which will probably be next week, but you never know. You never know. If you want to know for sure, follow me on Instagram. That's where I'll say. And I will see you guys next time. Bye!